Welcome back, adventurers. We have left Expedition Barefoot in Greece and we are here at the Grande Motte Boat Show in France. Exciting new innovations that are on display, including carbon tenders, sail covers, and we start to delve deep into the different options of hybrid electric and hydro-regeneration systems and ask the question, are they really performing just yet? Feel the buzz of the show with us as it comes to life, but don't forget your warm jacket. We are John and Ellie, the Barefoot Doctors, sailing and travelling around the globe. Join us as we share the adventure and explore the beauty of the world. 'Cause life is better barefoot.
Well, hi guys. I bet you can't guess where we are. We are in Le Grande Motte in France, and we are at the boat show for 2024. It is so exciting. There's such a buzz in the air, and today is the day for setup. So it's not open to the public yet, but we're privy because we're part of the Portofino team.
So because we're exhibitors, it means we get in before the show opens for the day, and also like at 8:30 in the morning when the doors actually only open at 10.
Yeah.
So that's really great. We can get in to see the boats without a whole crowd of people, and hopefully we can do some of the tours without any other people around too. So that should be absolutely marvelous.
So the Portofino team, we're pretty excited. There's about 6 of us that are going to be here today, and of course the Barefoot Doctors will be here, meeting and greeting anybody that wants to come up and say hi. Thank you, Paolo.
Welcome.
Yeah. At the Portofino stand here. So we're here as support acts, the Barefoot Doctors. And of course we are here with Mr. Portofino himself, Raphael, and his trusty right-hand man.
Your help is really gold for us.
So now we're outside, guys. All the boats are getting prepared to be on show, and a lot of them look actually really quite dirty because they've sailed here or they've come up. Yeah, they have. Yeah. So it's amazing how much they change them from kind of ordinary to spectacular and shiny in 24 hours. So they're all working madly.
So there's a good collection here. There's HH, there's Balance, there's Outremer, and that's just to name a few. And so you're going to be able to walk through, have a look. John's already made an appointment with
ORC,
so that's going to be a really good walkthrough.
The 57-foot ORC. It's a really fast, high-performance boat.
So we'll have that one for you.
And we'll try to see as many other boats as possible. All around there, all around there. We're actually at the end of the pontoon, so yeah.
Beautiful day. 2 years ago today, well not today, but 2 years ago at the Grande Motte Boat Show, we picked up our Leopard 45 for the first time. And so we were here and it was raining and it was terrible weather, but today...
So we're keeping our fingers crossed it's going to stay sunny and lovely.
We get a call from our two lovely barefoot patrons, Phil and Jasmina, who we encouraged to join us at the boat show for a meetup. These guys have not long signed up for a Portofino 52, so they are not only in the Barefoot family, but also we welcome them to the Portofino family. They joined us for drinks, sailing and food were the two main topics, and early to bed for the start of the Grande Motte Boat Show tomorrow. Portofino shirts, we've got a Barefoot Doctor shirts, and we're ready to go in. Are you coming with us? Come on. We've just done this photo.
Merci. Oh, you want to see again? Merci. Oui. Bonjour. Merci. Merci.
So here we are. Let the games begin.
So we are here before the opening time because we got the Exhibitor tickets. So we get in an hour or two early. So you see not many people are here. And here is a Portofino stand.
Yay.
Very important. clean energy providers. Bonjour. Water sea generators, hydro generators, integral, solar panels, anchors, gear, props, flexifold props, that's what we're using. Fantastic fenders. She loves them, they really like it. Totally amazing. Electronics, batteries, winches, generators, hybrid and electric propulsion systems, we'll have to talk to them.
It's time to pick up another star patron, Clint from Australia. He's signed for a Portofino 52, hull number 2. Congratulations, Clint.
Look who it is! It's Clint!
Hey, how are you?
Good
to see you.
Look at that hair, right?
I know. Hey, you go, boys in the front.
Number 5.
Number 5.
John, Ellie, number 1.
The first one.
1, 2, 5. Let's give him a high 5.
Yeah.
We have third reef maining.
Yeah, oh, right. Okay,
So-
that's what I
So we had the main will tend to push you upwind.
Yep.
So we just had the drogue on the starboard side because we were steering off to port. So it's pulling the boat straighter. You go in the front.
So you throw out some drogues and
Yeah. How far? Or
Yeah, how far back?
the faster you're going, the more drag you need, the more you use. But I mean, we use two mooring lines of 15 meters each, but with big knots in
Yeah,
them.
but not to
And you can actually use a floating fender with more drag on one side than the other to pull you that way.
But tell them what's best to use. A body. You got to get a volunteer from the crew.
And I like how you said that it would be a body in no time. It wouldn't be a survival.
This catches all the sail very effectively and you don't get the sail escaping over the top when you're reefing. So it catches the sail and then pulls it all in, and when you're reefed it works very well. So that looks like a really great device.
For the women.
For the women, yes. yeah, that's right. It's good for the women because you don't have to reach up and push the sails in.
Yeah, no zip.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much.
So obviously we are looking for a lightweight tender to go with our Portofino 52, and we're very interested in what the carbon tenders can offer. AST Yachts were showing their carbon tenders at the show. Let's look at the 3.4 meter version that is the one that would suit us.
Okay, so 47 kilograms for the bare boat.
And then the side console was about 71. You have 4 waterproof compartments in the boat. The 2 transoms, the bow locker and the bottom.
Oh,
And on top you have the foam sandwich in it.
okay.
So even with the hull swamped and the biggest compartment, it stays afloat with 5 people.
Okay.
If all compartments are flooded and swamped, the tender and the engine will stay afloat.
And the difference between these and the OCs, I understand, is that you can beach these?
The main difference is actually the flotation. The OC has no waterproof compartments at all.
Uh-huh.
They have only the category D certified,
Oh, yeah.
which means you actually only allowed to use it on inland waters.
Oh, seriously?
So we have a higher certification on that with a higher,
Okay.
much higher safety level.
Uh-huh. I did hear that the OC also you can't put on the beach because some
We've
sort
got
of protection.
more fibre in it, and due to the keel shape,
Yep.
you can actually put it on the keel with no trouble, while the OC is almost flat on
Yeah,
the bottom, so
yeah,
you
okay.
easily dent it.
Okay.
And the other problem with the OC is that it's very tippy compared to ours. So on ours you can stand on the side and it wouldn't flip,
Okay.
while the OC will actually heel a lot more or
Okay.
flip.
And the cost of the 3.4?
It's 14.5 is the base price
Euro.
plus options,
Yeah.
color choices, cushions, upholstery, rubber rail, decking materials.
Okay.
Right next to AST was a whole pile of inflatable dinghies that was serving the exact opposite end of the market. Here you have a 3-meter inflatable cat, including a 9.9 Suzuki engine, for only €5,000. And weighing in at only 37 kilograms, they actually make a very good tender for small boats. Directly opposite the Portofino stand was a fiberglass catamaran tender that looked really interesting. Although it was only 3.2 meters, it looked really spacious inside, and having the benefit of being a multi-hull means it's stable and will plane really easily. It weighed in at 74 kilograms and had a carrying capacity of 380 kilograms, which is about 4 people. It was rated to take a 15 horsepower engine, and the price unfortunately came in at €12,700, which is more expensive than an equivalent sized Highfield. We love the aluminium base of the Highfields because that is resistant to grounding, taken up the beach, or when you're going over coral.
Hi guys, thanks for watching, and if you're new to our channel or you haven't subscribed yet, we're encouraging you to subscribe because we really wouldn't want you to miss out on all the exciting stuff we have coming up in the future.
And that'll also help us get the videos out to more folk as well. So go ahead and do it right now, guys.
Make it happen.
So this ORC 57, you can see that this is a wrap. You can tell wraps because where they overlap they have little ridges, but it gives you a lot of more options for fancy designs, and you can have things like big name stuck on, which is very nice. It's cheaper than painting, but there are disadvantages. They're more sensitive to trauma, and when you have scratches you have to repair whole sections of it. Just by the way, for anybody who wants to see how good the finish is on a boat, look at the reflection and see how smooth the reflection is. And I can see kind of rippling in that paint, which is not a good sign. It should be a smoother finish. But this is a production cat. Likewise on that barley, you can see there's quite a lot of rippling and stippling. It's really not particularly well fared. So look at the reflection of the rope. Okay. So they've got a sunshade that isn't really a sunshade, so you get partially sunburned. So they make it look really pretty.
They do a good job at that.
Your name is?
Giovanni.
Giovanni. Oh, good Italian name. Ours is an Italian boat being built in Dubai. So
Very good.
So we're talking about your hybrid.
Yeah, parallel hybrid system.
Parallel hybrid system. So
This is the smallest solution we have. We interface with any type of diesel engine and any type of transmission. In this case, we have a solution that works with our own transmission that we produce in Italy. How it works is basically we have a clutch. We have a clutch that is controlled by the control lever. The clutch can be closed or open. When the clutch is open, the diesel engine is disconnected from the propulsion side, and the propulsion is purely electric. In this case, we have the possibility to install up to 35 kilowatts of electric power, so it's nice power for having a quieter sailing. When the clutch is closed, the system goes in full diesel mode, and we can charge the batteries from the electric motor that acts as a generator. So generally speaking, you have a system that can work also as a shaft generator, and you have all integrated in one compact solution.
turning the electric motor with not with a belt though.
With a belt.
With a belt.
In this case, with a belt,
there.
and in the biggest system, we have some gears inside that turn the PTO head. Diesel engine, hybrid module transmission. In this case, it's our transmission, but it can be any transmission.
The Yanmar can be there.
Yeah.
Drive shaft.
The drive shaft is on the other side. The weight of the module is around 100 kilograms.
Okay.
Then, of course, the weight depends on the electric motor installed, depends on the batteries, so it can vary.
Sure. Now, this is a DC generator, the same as...
No, it's an AC motor.
Oh, that's an AC motor.
Yeah.
So you're generating 240 volt, 220 volts?
No, we generate at variable frequency. It can vary between based on the electric motor that we install. Generally speaking, we have from 96 to 400 volts in AC, and then we regenerate and we put back in your batteries through the motor controller.
Okay, at 48 volts.
It depends on the batteries.
Oh yeah, we're going to be working on 48 volts. When the engine is disconnected, your gearbox is still turning, is it?
When the diesel engine is disconnected, the gearbox can turn off the electric motor.
When the engine is off and you're sailing, can it create power?
No, actually, the regeneration with the hybrid system is not possible.
All right.
We have the possibility to regenerate with full electric system.
The issue with the regeneration while sailing with the hybrid system is that, contrary to a direct drive shaft, it's a much more complex system that will allow regenerating through the diesel. So in the end, you cannot have a system that is set up for regenerating while sailing and regenerating while you are using the diesel to turn the engine. You cannot have both.
Okay. You mean because the regeneration from the engine turning is attached to the engine, but the electric engine otherwise drives.
You have to consider the complexity of the hybrid drive.
Yeah.
We are allowing for a lot of functions. We are allowing to make it as a genset.
Yeah.
It's working, getting some energy when the diesel is running. It allows also to give a booster. The booster mode is adding the torque of the electric engine directly to the gearbox. So in the end, we have a lot of things already included in the software, and adding also the regeneration while sailing seems to be a little bit complicated. We do not know if one day it could work, but we did not develop it yet, and it's not planned because this is too complex. But on the systems that are made for electric propulsion, it's working perfectly fine. On the window, they got usually in regeneration mode, they got from 300 watts up to 1.5 kilowatts.
For us, that's the exciting part, is the potential of regenerating power at 500 to 1.5 kilowatts while you're sailing, because our boat sails at 8, we hope. We will sail at 8 to 12 knots quite easily.
But I would say that the best feature of this electric drive is actually noise. As you can see here, we are at 300 RPM, and yes, we have the gensets behind and not on the system, but it's virtually doing no noise. The propeller can do a little bit of noise, but in the end it's not so big. And the real point is that at 300 RPM you can get a little bit more speed, and then you help your sails be filled with the air. And then you get some apparent wind. Apparent wind, leads to a little bit more speed. That leads a little bit more. You got it. So that's the point.
Regulate your needs. You have the throttle, you can very precisely manage your consumption. If you know that cruising speed within either side of the 4 kilowatt,
This was for a 40-foot boat, 40-foot monohull. You were saying a 40-foot monohull would only need 4 kilowatts
For their cruising speed.
for their cruising speed of 6 knots or 5 knots.
with the hull length side, length. If I have a small boat, 6 meter, I know that the cruising speed is always around 4.2 knots. The displacement vessel. I can try to get 4.5 going full speed, but I will never reach 5 knots. Because the physics demand it. But I know, based on previous experiences, that a 12 meter boat with a 20 kilowatt, a adapted propeller, about 4 kilowatt. He has his optimum speed through consumption. And we're talking cruising, not talking horsepower. But I know because of his waterline length, he has a better optimum cruising speed. And I have one battery, and I have 3 hours and 15 minutes motor time. We can go to 108 kilowatts.
They were also selling this 20 kilowatt engine that also acted as a DC generator that could be retrofitted to a prop shaft weighing in at 100 kilograms, but we need to get information from their technical department to find out how much hydro-regeneration this would be likely to produce. Water & Sea produce a dedicated hydro-regeneration unit that produces up to 600 watts of power. This is usually added onto the transom of boats and can be lifted down and up out of the water as you need to use it. And the power is produced between 6 and 8 knots depending on the propeller you use.
The subject of the problem is the output versus the drag. You need to service it every 2 years or every 10,000 miles.
So we have to send it back to France?
Yes, that's the sport with the shaft there. So just the sport. And we work on it and send it back to you wherever you are.
Hello.
Bonjour. Hello.
Thanks. You only have systems with your own propellers?
Yeah.
With Ocean Volt being the premier electric engine producer, it was interesting to find out why they did not deal with shafts and diesel engines in any way. There are also what seem to be key facts that are being kept secret from the general public in relation to hybrid engines, electric motors, and hydro-regeneration. The problem with normal props is that they're not efficient for hydro-regeneration because they're not shaped in an ideal way. The prop shafts also are not aligned directly with the flow of water, and the other problem is that there's increased risk of you damaging your gearbox because it continues to turn as your prop is turning. Additional risks seem to be that your cutlass bearing will wear out because while it is designed to run with the engine and get serviced every 300 hours, which is usually about 3 years. If you use your hydro regeneration for 5 hours a day, in 2 months you will need to replace your cutlass bearing. This is also exactly the same problem with the seals on your shaft or your sail drive, which also have a limited life expectancy based on how many hours it runs. And another problem is that if your prop shaft keeps running continuously, the bearings wear out a groove in the prop shaft, which causes the bearings to leak, and a significant repair or replacement job will be needed. These all seem to be significant problems that are not being shared with the public by the providers of these services, and the facts are not readily available for the public and certainly not being openly discussed by the providers. So how significant these issues are is something that we need to investigate a lot further, and we will bring you our findings in future videos.
So, what did you think about that? Is it more complicated or is it a little clear?
Well, it's more complicated if you want to have a diesel engine and put a hybrid onto it, I think. I think if you've got an electric engine, if you've got an electric engine and you just have a generator off to the side as a series, there's issues with shaft drives and propellers and all that sort of stuff. So keep on looking into it.
We hope you've enjoyed this section with the new tenders on the market, as well as our investigation into the electric and regen engines, and that's to be continued. But next week, we'll take you on a tour through the lovely Windello Catamaran, so don't miss that one either. Until next week, folks, bye from us. Thanks for joining us on this journey, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to be a part of an exciting way to save lives around the world, join our Patreon family and get up close and personal with us.